Hello, beloved. We are in this month of awareness, especially looking at just breast cancer awareness and overcoming whatever type of diagnosis that has been given. And again, we're just here to encourage you. So I am here with my lovely sister, Linda, who's here to share her testimony and again, just words of encouragement of her experience on what she dealt with and even the diagnosis that was given to her. So, without further ado, Linda, how are you today?
I'm doing amazing. Hi, my lovely sister.
Oh, thank you again for sharing. I know this is an intimate moment. It's a personal um, moment that you went through, and just your willingness to want to share again, to encourage, because that's what we're here for. I know God puts us through certain things so that we can be a help to others, especially in that place of, no, I've been there. I know the feeling. I know kind of the worriness that comes with that, but I also know a way of escape, so to speak. And so, again, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your experience with us today. So, I did prepare a few questions. And however you want to continue to, veer off, please feel free to. We don't have to stick to this protocol, so to speak. But I just feel these three questions are kind of important for people to understand and just hear your perspective. So, we're going to go with the first question, which is once you received the results, what was the first thing that you did?
Okay, well, thanks again for having me. And when, hmm, let me go back a little bit. But ever since, when you have your job and they give you benefits and insurance, my mom's a nurse, so she said, make sure you get your checkups, make sure you go to the doctor and, take care of yourself. So I've done that every year. I go do my annual, my yearly, my physical. But in 2022, it was different. So I did my annual like I always do. I had to do my mammogram and I also had to do an ultrasound because I have dense breasts. And I remember when doing the ultrasound and, the nurse said, okay, we're just gonna, the doctor's gonna come in and, just have a conversation with me. And so when the doctor came in, he had a brief conversation. He showed me that there was some classification, I believe that's what you say. And, and he said he recommended me to do a biopsy. So I said, okay, no problem. And I remember when I left the before I left the hospital to make the appointment for the biopsy, and I asked the lady at the desk, I said, "What is the name again?" And she said, "Yeah, you have some classification, but don't Google it." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to Google anything. I'm going to. I just wanted to know the name because I wanted to start praying because I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to bring it before the Lord to start praying about it before the biopsy." So I did the biopsy. It was during my Thanksgiving break. Went to the facility to do the biopsy. My mom, my aunt was there, and that was it. They said, we'll speak to you in a couple of days, and that's it. I still wasn't like concerned or worried because I was just like, everything's gonna be fine. My mom did it, my aunt, my sister, so I'm just wasn't like stressing about it. And so the following week, I remember this day clearly. I won Teacher of the Year at my school for the school side of it, and I was bringing my forms to the region office for for the district, um, um, elections.
Mhm.
So I went in my car and I was trying to go back to the maps so I can get home because I was very far. And it was the hospital calling me. And so I picked up the phone and, they asked if this is, Linda. And I said, yeah, the doctor said this is, I'm just calling you about your results from the biopsy. And I just remembered, this is the word that I remember. He said, the results show that you have a low grade cancer.
Mhm.
That's all I heard. And I said, what? And so I said, hold on. I need to put my mom on the phone because he had all these medical terms and I didn't understand. I was just still like, what is happening right now? So I called my mom, put her on the phone, and he introduced himself. And of course, she knows the medical terms, so he's speaking to her, and it felt like Charlie Brown, wonk, wonk, wonk. And I wrote a couple of words down. I remember oncologist, and it was just so unfamiliar to me. So after the conversation, we hung up, and then my mom called me back, and then she said, Lynn, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. She's okay. We'll talk more when we get home. And so after that, I put my maps on, and then I listened to Christian music, and I just started worshiping and singing, and just not knowing what was to come. So that's how that's the first thing that I did. So at
Mhm.
that time, sorry. Mhm.
Wow, that's lovely how you dealt with it, that is. Because I can't imagine hearing some type of news and it's kind of like you said, I don't know what these terms are. I don't know what this means. I don't know what that looks for my life. Like it's so many questions there, but to God be the glory, your mom was there. Carry, help carrying you through that
Yes.
that conversation. So